What's up, everybody? And another thing, the word immigrant implies choice. By definition and term, Black Americans are not immigrants. We've been in America since its conception. Everybody, and the main reason everybody comes to America is because they see potential. They see potential. Black Americans don't see it the same way because we've been here, and a lot of these doors that are open for immigrants, Black people get shut out. We get shut out, and if we don't get shut out, we get smothered in numbers because there was like I said before and years ago in my other videos, there's an unending influx of immigrants coming into America, and I don't understand why like they snatching people up off the streets now. Because they were invited, they were told to come. They were told to come. Some people snuck in here and came in here illegally, but a lot of people were told to come. And now all of a sudden they acting like they taking jobs and all that other stuff, and they snatching people up off the street and stuff like that. But back to what I was saying about the word immigrant. The word immigrant implies choice, and by definition and term, Black Americans are not immigrants. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because people always say, well, how come immigrants come to this country, they can't speak English, and they do so much better than Black people? Because the minute they get off that boat, the minute they get off that plane, they go find their community. They go find the people that speak their language. When Russians get off the boat, they go to the Russian community. They go out there to Brooklyn. When the Hispanics get off the plane, they go to the Spanish neighborhood. When the Ethiopians get off the boat, they go off the plane. So I'm not trying to be funny. When they get off the plane, they find the Ethiopian community. That's how it is. Black Americans ain't got where Black Americans are gonna go. We right here in America. We trying to be as American as possible, but the doors get shut on our face. And then we call ourselves minority. See, this is a country where the majority will win and the minority will lose. Black Americans are planned losers because we are planned minorities. That's why Black population never goes past 13%. The highest I ever heard the highest it ever been was 33%. But then, that was too high for America's comfort level. So they use all means, legal and illegal means, to reduce our population to where we are now, 13%. And that's why Black population never goes. And the reason everybody do so much better is because they're invited. They get incentives. They get told to come. Like I said, and another thing I was talking about is like you always see these people with all this land. Where'd they get all this land from? That land was given to them. That land was free. All they had to do was put a stake in the ground and say, this is my land. When immigrants was coming to America, I'm talking about early Europeans. When they was coming to America, all they had to do was put a stake in the ground as far as the eye can see, and they can say, this is my land. And that land creates wealth. When I used to be watching like This Old House and This Old House where the guy builds the tree houses. And I was like, where do people get all this land from? They just came to America, put a stake in the ground, and said, this is my land. And then that land is handed down from parent to child, parent to child, parent to child. That's how. That's where all that land come from. That's why you be seeing people with so much land. It's not like they worked hard for that land. Hard work was called nigger work. Europeans did not believe in working hard. They did not come to America to work hard. They could have stayed in Europe and worked hard. Why are you going to go all the way to another country to work hard? You stay in your own country and work hard. They came here because they knew they were going to receive unearned benefits. That's why. They knew they wasn't going to work hard. Working hard was an embarrassment. Europeans didn't come to America to work hard. They'd be embarrassed to work hard.